Welcome back to the pond. I'm Scott Wyman, Training and Technology Coordinator here at CTC. And we're back for another session. This session is going to talk about conditional formatting in Outlook. And you may be thinking to yourself, conditional formatting. I've heard of that in Excel, but I don't know that I've ever heard of it in Outlook. Well, I'm going to show you how to do conditional formatting in Outlook. And hopefully this will just kind of make your Outlook life a little bit easier. So let me switch over to my Outlook so you can see what I'm doing over there. And we're going to start, it's really pretty simple. You start by going to the View tab up on the ribbon, okay? And on the View tab, over here in the very first group, the Current View group, you'll see the View Settings button. Go ahead and click that View Settings button, and that opens our Advanced View Settings Preview dialog box. A lot of different buttons in here. We're not going to get into all the different buttons, but we are going to take a look at conditional formatting. So click the Conditional Formatting button, and that opens our conditional formatting dialog box. Now there are some preset formats in here. For example, unread messages. By default, Outlook makes them bold. And if you're not really looking for those, over here in my inbox, you can see that there's an unread message. There's a red message. Not a whole lot of difference. Just that little difference between bold and normal text. So we're going to start by modifying one of these existing rules, and then we'll take a look at how to create a new rule. So we'll use the unread messages because that's pretty important. You want to know what messages you've read and which ones you haven't read. So with unread messages selected, we're going to click the Font button. And this is the formatting part of conditional formatting. The condition for this is the mail is unread. So you don't really have to change or modify the condition for this, just the formatting. And we're going to keep this pretty simple. We're going to change the color to red because we want unread messages to really stand out. And we'll select big for the font size. You can actually select size, pixel-wise, 10 pixel, 12 pixel, whatever. You can just make it smaller, normal, bigger, bigger. Bigger is a little bit too big. It's almost intrusive. But, give it a shot, check it out, see what you think. So that's all there is. We change the color. You can make it bold and oblique, add a little bit of tilt to it if you want to. And then a bigger font size. And then click OK to accept those changes. There's what it's going to look like. Click OK to close the conditional formatting dialog box. And then click OK to close the Advanced View Settings Preview dialog box. And there you go. All my unread messages are now red, big font. So pretty simple. Pretty simple. I think for this next portion, I'm going to just drop clear out of the picture. I don't want to distract you. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to look at adding a format and a condition. Okay? So kind of the same thing. We're going to go to View Settings. We're going to select Conditional Formatting. This time we're going to click the Add button in the conditional formatting. And you might not really pick up on what it just did, but it just added an untitled rule. So what we need to do down here in the properties of selected rule is we need to give it a name. It's already selected, it's already highlighted. So we just give it a name. And I'm going to name this one voicemail because I want my voicemail messages to stand out, a little different from the regular text and a little different from my unread messages. So I'll call this voicemail. Okay, voicemail. And then I will select or click the font button just like before. This is the formatting portion of it. I'll make these teal. Maybe do something a little different. Maybe I'll underline them. I will make them bold and big on the size. So there's kind of a preview of what it's going to look like, a sample. Click the OK button on the font dialog box. Now you're not done. Don't click OK yet, because all we've done so far is set the format. Now we need to set the condition. What condition is going to trigger this format? Just because you named it voicemail doesn't mean it's going to know what's happening over here in my inbox. So we have to click on the condition button. And for this one, it's fairly simple. You can set this to, change the text based on who it's from, which is what I'm going to do for this one. You could do it based on who it's sent to. But there's a lot of different ways you can go in here and change these. I'm not going to go in and show you all of them. That would take way too long. But these are some that are more commonly used. So I'm going to go based on from. Anything that's from voicemail. So there's two different ways you can do this. You can either click in the field beside from if you know the spelling and the formatting of the name. For example, if I was to put voicemail, it might not pick that up because that's not proper formatting. If you look over here in my inbox, it's mail, space voice. So if I can see it and I can easily enter it here, I can. So mail, space voice. So yeah, spelling does matter. Okay, spelling does matter. If you're not sure about the spelling or the format of how it's supposed to be set, then you can always use your address book. You can click the form button right there and it'll open your global address list. So now I just have to do a search for mail, space V, and that's where I find voicemail. Okay, so there's voicemail. It's highlighted, it's selected. So I click the from button down here at the bottom to add it to my from field. Then I click the OK button to close the address book. There you'll see it's added it to the from field. I can click the OK button, click OK to close conditional formatting, click OK to close the advanced settings preview, and you'll notice over here it automatically changed my voicemail to that teal underlined big format that I selected. So it's that simple. Okay, modify ones that are there, add new ones. Easy schmeezy, right? Easy schmeezy. So let's take this one step farther. Let's go beyond the inbox. Let's go to our calendar. Because wouldn't it be neat if when we added an appointment or a meeting or whatever the case may be to our calendar, and it automatically changes color so we can look and see, differentiate things based on color without having to really read what the appointment is? That would be great, wouldn't it? Well, we can do that with conditional formatting. It starts out the same way. You go to the View tab. You click on View Settings in the current view group. We click on the Conditional Formatting button. See, it's exactly the same. So now you may or may not have any rules in here. These are just some that I've already added for my calendar. For example, if I were to set up a meeting with Holly Jordan, I come in here and I'll specify that time and I'll just say meet with Holly. And then when I open that up, if I put in the location, Holly office, save and close, you'll see it automatically changes color of that specified block. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the View tab. Let me just get rid of this because I don't need that. Just an example. I'm going to go to the View tab, click on View Settings, click on Conditional Formatting, and we're going to add a new. And just like when we added one for our Outlook inbox, it adds an untitled to the bottom, highlights it in the name field. We're going to call this personal. Okay, so if I have a personal appointment, a doctor's appointment or a dentist appointment or a tea time, then I can use this. Okay, so there's the name. Let's give it a color. I'm going to give this. This is we'll give mine green. That's a nice. No, not green. We'll give mine this dark orange. So now that we've set the format, we have to go in and set the condition. So we click the condition button. This time we're going to kind of bypass these appointments and meetings because what we're going to focus on is where this meeting is being held. So we're going to go to the Advanced tab in the Filter dialog box. We're going to click the Field drop down, and there's lots of different fields. There's date, time, all document fields, posts, all appointment fields, so many different options for you to choose from. But I'm one to take the easy way out when it's offered to me. So the first place I'm going to look is frequently used fields. And these are listed alphabetically. So I come down here and looky there, lo and behold, there is my location field. So I'm going to click and select location. So now I have to finish defining my criteria. If the location field contains, and I'm just going to say personal, then that's when I wanted to apply this formatting. So there's my condition, my criteria. I click add to the list because it's going to use these items up here. Click the OK button. Click OK to close conditional formatting. Click OK to close the Advanced View Settings calendar dialog box. And now if I put an appointment in here, and let's say I have dentist appointment, and I'm going to set the location. People don't need to know what dentist I go to, right? I have a dentist appointment. That's all you need to know. So here in the location, I put personal. Save and close, and there you go. Automatically changes to that dark orange color. Okay, so let's take a look at a few of these other ones I have in here, just so you can see how they work. So this is one that I have set up for when I'm going to be doing a YouTube video, like now. My condition, I set the condition up here, and I'm going to set the location again. I'm going to set it to YouTube, add it to the list, click OK, click OK again, and OK one more time. So now let's say that Friday morning at 10 o'clock, I'm going to do a 30-minute YouTube video on Excel Fun. Okay. I come up here to my location, type YouTube, save and close. Let's go in and take a look at that. That one didn't work. Conditional formatting. YouTube. Condition. I bet it's this. Search for words. Let's delete that. And come back and make sure this is contains YouTube. Click OK. 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 There we go. So I had something extra in there from before. So there you can see automatic formatting of my appointments. If I have a training, I'm going to do a training on whatever. If I can select from my drop down. See, as you add, it adds them to this drop down. So there's YouTube, there's personal, there's Holly Office. If I'm going to do a computer training, I select computer lab, click save and close, and there it automatically changes the color, makes it that teal. So I mean, it's really that simple. Okay, you go to view settings, conditional formatting. You select the formatting. Okay, you give whatever it's going to be. We'll make this one Chancellor. Not that I meet with the Chancellor frequently, but you never know. We'll make the Chancellor peach. And the condition is going to be, again, location. So frequently used fields, location equals Chancellor Office. Add that to the list. Click OK, click OK, click OK. And if I have to meet with the Chancellor, I go into my location, Chancellor's Office, save, and there it automatically changes color again. So as you can see from the rainbow of colors I have here, adding conditional formatting to your Outlook calendar can not only add a zest of life to your calendar, not just the same old boring colors, but it can make it easier for you once you learn the colors that you specify just by glancing at it where you need to be at any given time. Okay, so with that, I'm going to say thanks for being here. I appreciate your time. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy. We'll talk to you later.